Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Codo's Cinema. I'm your host, Mark Codo, and today I am going to count down my top 10 favorite sports movies of all time. And for the record, just to let you guys know, and please excuse me for saying this, but I don't follow sports. Now, hear me out, people, please hear me out. And I'm sorry to bring this up because I'm not much of a sports follower. But just because I don't follow sports, that doesn't mean I don't watch it, okay? Like I said, just because I don't follow sports, that doesn't mean I don't watch it. Whether it's playing on TV or in a movie. Who's to say? All right. Oh, by the way, I hope everyone's Halloween went pretty good. Yes, I know it was a very cold and spooky Halloween last Thursday, and also, by the way, for those of you who sent out the birthday wishes to me yesterday, thank you very much. I really appreciate your thoughts and comments and wishes to me on my birthday. Thank you so much for the wishes. I really do appreciate it because yesterday was my birthday, and as of now, I am 21 years old, so thank you very much, by the way. All right, now we're going into the list. So, by the way, spoiler alert. All right, hey, batter, we're about to go into this list, so ready, set, hot. Number 10, The Game Plan. Kicking off the list is Disney's plan for a game. That's right, The Game Plan. This film stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who plays a football player named Joe Kingman, who is a football player for the Boston Rebels. And while Joe is a very successful football player, he comes face to face with his young daughter named Peyton, played by Madison Pettis. And throughout the movie, Joe balances his life as a football player and becoming a father figure for her daughter. And even though this movie wasn't liked much by critics, it still serves as a great family sports movie, and which is saying something because sometimes even the best athletes we know become father figures. And this is saying something, people. This is actually pretty good, even in a movie. And I like how this movie shows what it means to be a father figure while being a football player, which is pretty good. And overall, I do enjoy the story, and the chemistry between Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Madison Pettis was excellent. They did a good job tackling the athlete side of Joe Kingman and the father side of him as well, which is actually pretty good. Alright, now I'm moving forward. Number 9, The Waterboy. FYI, this will not be the only this will not be the only football movie on this list. So, anyway, moving on. Adam Sandler is no stranger to sports movie, and The Waterboy is no exception. Adam Sandler plays Bobby Boucher, a waterboy turned football player after being assaulted, pressured, and fired by his original coach. And I actually forgot the coach's name. I think his name was Mr. Coach Bayou or Coach. Yeah, I think that was his name. I forgot the name, but anyway, so he did get fired. He did get fired from his original waterboy job, but he did get hired to play for the Cinderella Mud Dogs, and he continues to be a waterboy while unleashing his full potential as a football player. And yes, I agree. It may be a typical Adam Sandler comedy, but my medulla oblongata says the movie is good and funny. Yeah, you see what I did there, folks? The medulla oblongata. Get it? That the scene where Adam Sandler tackles a science professor, which looks to be Colonel Sanders, as I quote, mentions the medulla oblongata. That's right. And I really enjoyed this movie, from the writing to the performances of Adam Sandler and the football sequences, including the moment where Adam Sandler's character Bobby Boucher visualized an attack. That's literally some of the great moments. Well, at least at least water is high quality H2O. Yeah, that's totally a good one. All right, moving forward. Number 8, The Sandlot. Play ball. The Sandlot is number 8 on my list for right now. And by the way, this is literally a great movie. The Sandlot is a great movie because it became one of the greatest comedies and baseball movies of all time. A coming-of-age film that deals with young baseball players who are playing baseball while also pursuing the beast, which, spoiler alert, later turns out to be a dog the whole time. Yes, that is right. And I do enjoy the performances of the young cast. They did an amazing job with their performance and the quotes, including Scotty Smalls' famous quote, "You're killing." Actually, no, that came from Porter, who said it to Scotty Smalls. "You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls." Still a great quote, by the way. Anyway, I do enjoy the story. It's great and memorable, and like I said, the quotes are memorable, including the insult scene between Porter and the other baseball teams. literally great moment in that movie. Oh man. And it's not only The Sandlot is not only a great baseball movie, but it does bring back great memories of what it means to be a child, to make good friends on a sports team, whether it's baseball or football. Literally brings back so many great memories. Oh man, that's literally great memories, and I really enjoyed The Sandlot. This is a great movie, by the way. All right, moving on. Number 7, The Blind Side. The Blind Side is based on a true story and is considered to be one of the greatest movies of all time. The film talks about Michael Orr, who is an offensive linebacker at Wingate Christian School football team, and to which he is adopted by Lee Ann Tui, played by Sandra Bullock, and Lee's husband, Sean Tui, played by Tim McGraw, while also struggling with his past when Michael's mom was taken away at a very young age. Now, this is basically the point of the movie. Basically, Michael Orr is a struggling man, to which his mom was taken away at a very young age, which is very depressing. But however, he continues to strive as a great man who plays football at high school, and he does very good at it. Literally, he did pretty good, and he later went on to play football in the NFL, which is saying something good. Literally, this is a very good movie. The Blind Side is a very good movie. The direction from John Lee Hancock is great. He did an amazing job with the direction. The story is good. Sandra Bullock's performance received critical acclaim, meaning she did an amazing performance, which led to her Oscar win for Best Actress. Great performance by Sandra Bullock. She did an amazing job in The Blind Side. Yep. All right, and now moving forward. Number 6, Space Jam. Boy, the 90s were sure a good time for movies, right? Is that right, people? Huh? 1990s? Great time for movies, right? Just me? Well, there's probably some other people who probably may agree with me. But anyway, and Space Jam is no exception. Now, for those of you who are kind of confused about the title, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys see this coming, Space Jam is a combination of live action and animation, which deals with the Looney Tunes. Yes, this is basically a Looney Tunes movie. So basically Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. But however, this movie follows a basketball player named Michael Jordan, who is a retired basketball player in a fictionalized account of his version. Now, just his version of his life. Now, yes, the movie did play a fictionalized version of his life, and then Michael Jordan is being brought out of his initial retirement by the Looney Tunes. So basically, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and all the other Looney Tunes characters. Okay, so, and the reason why? Well, because the Nerdlux, sent by Mr. Swackhammer, voiced by Danny DeVito, challenged the Looney Tunes for a basketball game. FYI, the Nerdlux or Monstars, I should say, stole talent from the NBA basketball players in the movie. That's right, people. For those of you who have seen this movie, you probably saw that coming. And for those of you who have not seen Space Jam, yes, that's what happened in the movie. The Nerd Deluxe, sent by Mr. Swackhammer, stole talent from the professional NBA basketball players in this movie. Okay, and when this movie came out, this movie is split down the line with many people. And which is true, yes. Sometimes even movies can be divisive at times, but I consider it a great sports movie and a great live-action and animated movie to watch, especially when it comes to Looney Tunes. So hey, that is saying something. Although I do enjoy the animation, I liked how they brought Michael Jordan in to play basketball with the Looney Tunes, which I literally enjoy. I even caught some of the pop culture references from the Looney Tunes, and I do enjoy the performances, particularly Michael Jordan's performance in this movie. Literally, this is literally a great movie, and I feel like Space Jam literally aged pretty well. It still holds up to this day in pop culture. Literally a great movie. And by the way, we can't wait to see what the upcoming sequel with LeBron James will look like in the summer of 2021. Oh boy, I guess Space Jam lives on in the sequel in 2021 with LeBron James. Alright, moving forward. Number 5, Miracle. Like I said, folks, Disney has no shortage of great sports movie. Miracle is a hockey movie that follows Coach Herb Brooks, played by Kurt Russell, who leads the U.S. men's hockey team to the 1980 Winter Olympics against the Soviets, taking place during the Cold War. Now, yes, this is a very great hockey movie. Literally one of the greatest movies of all time and a great sports movie to watch. Kurt Russell's performance as Herb Brooks is outstanding to watch, especially the scene where Herb Brooks pushed his men to the limits after a tied first hockey game in Sweden. Now, yes, even in a tie, it still balances on whether that game was good or bad. Well, from the look of Herb Brooks, yes, it was kind of a bad game for the first round against the U.S. men's hockey team and Sweden. Now, this literally pushed the men into the limits by telling the U.S. men's hockey team on what it means to be a team, whether you win, lose, or tie. And you gotta work together. That's basically the main point of this movie. Main point of sports. You gotta work together, whether you win, lose, or tie. And that is saying something. And by the way, the movie is great. I mean, the final game is literally amazing as well. Literally keeps me and the audience on the edge of our seats to see who will come out on top. FYI, the U.S. Won in this movie for the U.S. men's hockey team. All right, and by the way, this film is also dedicated to Coach Herb Brooks, who passed away before principal photography began in 2003. And to quote, "He never saw it. He lived it." That's right. Herb Brooks saw the game and he lived it. Even though the movie came out he still lives on with the game that he remembered that he watched. Okay. All right. Moving forward. Number 4, Happy Gilmore. Like I said, the 90s were a great time for movies. Before he was the Water Boy, Adam Sandler plays Happy Gilmore, who is a low-life hockey player turned golfer who is trying to save his grandmother's house from being taken by the IRS after not paying taxes. So, Happy decides to earn money by becoming a golfer and competing in golf tournaments to earn money for her grandma's house. With the help of some people, particularly Chubbs, played by Carl Weathers. Now, yes, it's one of your typical average Adam Sandler movies, but this is actually one of Adam Sandler's better movies. So anyway, the writing was memorable. I feel like Adam Sandler puts up a great performance as Happy Gilmore. Not to mention the famous fight scene between Bob Barker and Happy Gilmore. Oh man, I'm sorry, folks. Like literally, that moment in the movie was literally that moment when Happy Gilmore goes up against Bob Barker after a rough golf tournament. I mean, was very rough. Man, that was literally one of the greatest moments in that movie, particularly for a comedy movie. I mean, it may be a great comedy movie, but it's still a great sports movie to watch. Literally. I mean, and also the alligator scene definitely deserves a shout out. Oh man, sometimes comedy and sports come together pretty well. Literally. All right, moving forward. Number 3, Rocky. This movie follows Sylvester Stallone as Rocky Balboa, a boxer who is determined to become the world champion against Apollo Creed, played by Carl Weathers. FYI, this is one of Carl Weathers' early sports movies that he did before Happy Gilmore. And not to mention, Rocky Balboa also falls in love. I think her name was Adrienne or Adriel. I think that's one of the names. Played by Talia Shire. Now, this movie is considered to be one of the greatest movies of all time, winning the Oscar for Best Picture. Literally, Rocky is one of the greatest movies of all time, not to mention sports movies of all time. And the final fight between Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed deserves a mention as well, because it's literally one of the main highlights of this movie, which literally went on to make sequels, to which Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed fight again in the sequel, which leads into a third where Rocky goes up against Mr. T, or should I say Clubber Lang, the fourth, fifth, and a sixth, and then a spin-off Creed with Michael B. Jordan as well as a sequel. Man, so many great boxing movies from Rocky Balboa. Literally, so many great boxing movies out there from Rocky. Yeah, and man, that's literally a lot when it comes to making a franchise, particularly a sports movie, by the way. All right, moving forward. Number 2, Secretariat. This incredible true story helped redefine the sports genre back in 2010 with Secretariat, the greatest racehorse of all time, who holds the record of 31 lanes at the Belmont Stakes in 1973. This movie follows Penny Cherney, played by Diane Lane, who is trying to save her farm by winning the Triple Crown in the Belmont Stakes with the help of Lucien Laurin, played by John Malkovich. Literally, like I said, people, the Secretariat is the greatest sports movie of all time. One of the greatest sports movies of all time back in 2010. This film literally helped redefine the sports genre with the horse race of Secretariat. Literally, great movie to watch. The cinematography is excellent, particularly the final race where we get multiple shots of Secretariat racing along the track. Literally a great movie to watch. Secretariat is a great sports movie to watch, especially when it comes to Disney making many great sports movies. Literally a great movie to watch, people. Alright, and now to my number one spot. Number one, Remember the Titans. Taking the top spot on this list is Remember the Titans. This movie follows an African American football coach named Herm Boone, played by Denzel Washington, who leads the football team of T.C. Williams High School in 1971 in Alexandria, Virginia, with the help of assistant coach Bill Yost, played by Will Patton. Hailed as one of the not as one of the greatest, but hailed as the greatest sports movie of all time, while dealing with the themes of racism and what it means to be a football team and settling their differences. Now, Remember the Titans is not just your average football movie. It literally dealt deep into the themes of racism and settling your differences as a football team when it comes to playing football. Like I said about Miracle, where you work together as a team. Remember the Titans did that too. Even in a time of segregation even in a time of segregation, whether it's a combined team of different colors, whether it's a combined team of whites or colored people combined together, you need to settle your difference and work together no matter what. And that's what Remember the Titans did in this movie. And that's what I actually like about this movie, especially during the football camp, where all the football players of different race, white and black, literally come together to play at the football camp while also getting to know each other, even though they kind of struggle to get along, which is understanding, because even though when you meet somebody new, you don't get along, and by the time you start to work together on the field, whether it's a practice or a game, you get to know that person more, which is really saying something. And that's why what I really like in Remember the Titans. You literally build up to the moments where you settle your differences, work together as a team, no matter what. And literally, the story in Remember the Titans is great. Literally a great story, great true story. Denzel Washington's performance and Will Patton's performance is amazing. They literally come together as great coaches in this movie. Literally a great football movie to watch, and I recommend to all of you people to watch Remember the Titans. This is literally a great sports movie to watch. Literally a great story, and yes, it did have some flaws to it, but it still holds up to this day as literally one of the greatest sports movies of all time. All right, and that is it. That is my top 10 favorite sports movies of all time. What do you guys think? You think I'm missing a couple of sports movies? Do you think I should have ranked it better? Please let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Maybe not. I mean, who's to say? This is basically my opinion. I'm pretty sure everybody has different thoughts of what they like in sports movies. So anyway, thank you all for tuning in to Codo's Cinema. I'm your host, Mark Codo. And have a great Monday. Have a great Monday afternoon, and also have a great week for all of you people. Stay warm. We're about to get some cooler temperatures pretty soon. But anyway, stay warm. Have a great Monday afternoon. Have a great week as well. And I'll see you all next week in this spot. See you all next week on Codo's Cinema. I'm your host, Mark Codo. Have a good day. Bye.